Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for coming today for this course. We are talking today about the course of observation and opportunity discovery methodologies. In this course, we're going to focus also on the areas of observation that help to exploit the opportunities. And this means that we need to first know that there is both external observations when we collect observation, which means looking forward, and there is internal observation, which means that we look onward inside the problem. So we look outside the problem and we look inside the problem. Now, for the external observations, it might be, for example, about the market or customer behavior. It can be about the pain points, for example, or the frustration. What are the customers or the beneficiaries are complaining about? What task they find tedious or challenging and or inefficient, or even, for example, observing people struggling with, for example, let's say heavy things they are carrying, like grocery or something, or maybe sometime workarounds, how people are hacking or existing solutions to make them work, and maybe sometime clear signs of a product gap. People, for example, using multiple apps to manage a single workflow. Sometimes it is about changing tastes and lifestyles. So we observe, for example, the shifts in the values, the sustainability, the willingness, the wellness, the convenience, the experience over ownership, and how they are actually creating the changes or creating the new demands. Now, there is also unarticulate needs sometimes, or unmet needs that we need to observe. For example, sometimes customers can't articulate what they want, and then you observe their behavior to see what they might need. Before, for example, before smartphones, few people articulated the need for a single device that combines phone, music player, and internet browser. But based on this observation, Steve Jobs, he produced this product of the iPhone. The technologies, the technological landscape, for example, again, the emerging technologies and what are the new technologies are offering, like the AI, the blockchain, the biotech, and the new material are becoming accessible and more affordable. So again, how we can bring this to solve, for example, an old problem in different way. Sometimes the technological convergence, we observe where different technologies are merging to create new possibilities. For example, the GPS, the smartphones, and the payment system, and how they create the offer. Or sometimes we try to bring democratization of tools. We observe how advanced tools like graphic design software or 3D printing or cloud computing are becoming available to masses. Thus, how we can enable new businesses models to bring new creative solutions. The other maybe thing that we can use for external observation is the competitors and industry activities. The competitor weaknesses, where are, for example, our competitors failing in their with their customers, or what are their negative views. This is a direct opportunity to differentiate. Sometimes adjacent movement, like or adjacent moves. For example, observe what, for example, companies or organization or communities and related industries are doing. And then also a move by a company in a different sector could signal a trend and to open a new partnership opportunity. Sometimes we talk about industry gap. Also can help us in seeing the observation. Is there, for example, a service or a customer segment that the entire industry is ignoring. So this is an opportunity that this type of observation is bringing. Or for example, is there a early direct to consumer brands? Observe that legacy companies were ignoring online customer experience. The fourth type of external observation is the social, economic, and regulatory shifts. For example, if there is a shift in microeconomic trends, we observe, for example, interest rates, demographic shifts, aging population, or generation wealth, or sometimes we observe globalization trends. These create massive opportunities in healthcare and fintech, etc. Sometimes regulatory changes, like new laws or deregulation, which can open entire new markets. For example, legislation in certain industries, new data privacy laws creating a need for compliance software. Or sometimes the social and cultural movements, like, for example, the rise of movements around diversity or around mental health. Or there is a movement, for example, for remote work, which create opportunities for products, services, and content that support these values. Thus, there is a lot of observation opportunities, as we can see, to help us to see the blind spots, whether internally or externally. We look at the challenges then from different fixed perspectives, so that we can see, for example, how much we can bring the community to get involved with the project or with the problem or with the lab. And this will help us to build visualization. So we have what we call, one of the challenges is to overcome these blind spots is to have what we call predetermined expected solutions. So this we should avoid actually when we start to look for opportunities, whether internally or externally. So we should not let our assumptions, our paradigm, our mindset to really increase our blind spot because of predetermined expected solutions. One of the things also when we observe is that we should think how we deal with opportunities and challenges, and without complacency, without being reluctant not to find a solution. How do we, for example, prove that we are separating strengths and weaknesses? This is something that is sometimes we need to really avoid. So for that, we should always remember that assumptions and complacency and attitude and behavior and blind spots, all of them affect actually our judgment to find a solution, to find opportunity inside the problem. I think I will stop here and continue with you next time. Thank you.